Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another reading. We are going to do a relationship reading. Um, we are going to add charms, and we are going to take a look at dice with our readings. I wanted to show you how to use some dice and how to use some charms in your reading. Okay. So this is called Spill Tea. There are different ways to do readings. I like to light sage when I do my readings just because I work with a lot of energy, pulling in energy. So I like to have sage going to just make sure that there's nothing negative around me. Those of you that know spirit, you know that we have everything around us. There's always something around us, good, bad. There's always something um, in the unseen, right? So I love to make sure that I have sage going to just kind of like clear the deck, clear the air. So this is a deck called Spill Tea. It is a curious about the truth, right? So let's spill tea and uncover what's brewing. So this is an 80 card deck. It says uncover the unfiltered truths and hidden dynamics of relationships. So this can be used as a single deck by itself, or you could use it with a love card deck as well if you wanted to. It is an emotional deck that basically talks about things that could be going on in the unseen. So, since this is a collective reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay. If it doesn't resonate with you, then definitely, you know, it's not for you. Not every reading fits everybody's circumstances. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Um, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. All right, so I feel like we need more. I feel like there's let's see. Let's pull. See if another one wants to come out. I feel like this one wants to come out. Ah, interesting. Okay. I feel like this one. Hmm. All right. So let's take a look. So looking at our cards, we have silent resentment. Unexpressed feelings of dissatisfaction are simmering beneath the surface. Okay, so there is some tension in this relationship. I feel like both parties are not being honest. And because of that, there is a hidden, like both parties are, you're not angry or fighting with each other, but you're not being honest and truthful with each other. And in return, this is causing like silent resentment with each other. Silent resentment it can build up, honestly. It can slowly build into a more unhappy situation. So this is not necessarily that this silent resentment um, comes from maybe wanting to keep the peace, not wanting to fight, and because of that, you're pulling away from each other. You're not actually helping the situation by being silent. Yes, you are avoiding arguing and fighting and things like that, but the energy is not united. The energy is not supported with each other. So in return, eventually it's like taking a pop and shaking it and shaking it and shaking it. And as you're shaking it, you're loosening the lid. Eventually you're going to have this like combustion. So just be aware that if you're the one that's feeling things, um, you might want to, in a way, try to see if you can talk about it. If you're in a situation with a relationship and you're trying to talk about it, and every time you do, it turns into finger pointing or it turns into an argument, then that person doesn't resonate with your energy. You should be able to talk to somebody without them becoming hostile or taking everything eternal and internally. If you are feeling disconnected from this person for whatever reason, and you are unable to tell the person why, and you're just avoiding the situation, that's also a red flag that this person doesn't resonate with your energy, because you should be able to express to the person how you're feeling. They should be able to express back to you how they're feeling, and you should be able to resolve the conflict in a peaceful manner. So, facade of concern. Someone's concern may not be sincere, hiding ulterior motives. Okay, so I feel like there is some drama in this relationship. The person that is in this relationship might flip the coin, so to speak. Sometimes, whenever you try to tell somebody how you're feeling, they might, what they call, like, um, gaslight you and try to turn it around and be like, well, you're the one that causes this, or you're the one that's doing this, which is causing this. And so, or they might cry wolf. They might, all of a sudden, they might be the one that needs to be pitied, and you're the one that's using them, and you're the one that's not seeing how loving and honest and truthful they are. And so your concerns basically mean nothing, or your feelings mean nothing, because in return they're going to be used against you. So that's what this is. That's what I feel is coming in here, is be aware that this situation could be gaslighted. And maybe you've been through this before. Maybe you're already, you might be you might be on the other side of this camera being like, "Oh, yep, I knew that was it. I knew that was the maybe that's the reason why there is a silent resentment. Maybe there's a silent resentment because you know that if you were to say something, it would just end up in this whole, it's your fault, you're the one that's doing it kind of situation. So, circle of drama. Okay, so I feel like your social circle is full of dramatic changes. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of people playing a lot of parts, and y- uh you're you're just like, you're done. Like, you're done watching it. I don't even feel like you're on stage here. The message I get is like, you're in the audience and you're just done with this. You're just like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to watch this no more. Like, I'm just done. And that's good, because your next card is karmic lessons. There are karmic lessons in relationships that need to be learned. So I feel like that's what this is teaching you. This is teaching you that you don't want to go in this cycle. You don't want to go in this cycle. You don't want to keep continuing. And your cards kind of show a cycle. Honestly, there's silent resentment, and then if you speak up, it goes into like a facade of, gaslighting and name blaming, and playing the victim. And of course, that's the drama that it brings out, because this brings out the drama in the situation. And then there's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel this way. And then that's the karmic kicking back in. The karmic lesson is you being aware that this has taken place. The karmic lesson is you being able to say, oh, I see this happening again and again. Like, I can see the pattern. I can see what's going on. There's not going to be a lesson for one person, because one person might not see the lesson. You know what I mean? Like, this person might not see the karmic in any situation because they're so used to doing this over and over again, and it's just, that situation. So you are being told to spread positivity, keep radiating positive energy and influence. Okay. You are supporting someone who is trying to learn, and they are set in their ways. If you look at this picture, you can see an older man who has a book bag, right? So this symbolizes somebody who is older, somebody who is set in their ways, but they're trying to learn. They're trying to do the right thing, okay? They are using the crosswalk, so they're following the rules that they're supposed to follow. They have a cane, so therefore that tells you right away that they need support. They are broken. They are um not broken in the sense of like they're broken, but like certain things that they should be able to understand and do correctly are not there. So like for example, maybe they put the facade on because that's what they were taught to do, or that's how they handle a situation, or that's where their mind goes, right? So you are kind of like the stable person in this situation. You are the one who is guiding this person to the other side. Okay, you are the one that is showing them the things that they may not have been exposed to, or they may not have learned during their path, and they're willing to allow you to assist them, to help them. But here's the thing, I don't want you to feel like you're supposed to do the work for them. You're not supposed to be his eyes. He's not blind. This is not a blind cane. You could tell like this is not a blind cane. This is a cane for like seeing across the road kind of thing. Um, but it's not necessarily that he is blind. So you can help, but know that this person is also responsible for getting themselves across the road too, right? So you're supporting this person by holding their hand, holding their, helping them with the cane that they're using, but at the same time, don't do the work for them. Okay. Let them do their own work. That book bag is their homework. That is their teachings. That's their choice. They have to make the choice to do the work no different than you. Okay. You can help them, but they have to meet you that at the crossroads. Like they got to meet you there. They got to meet you on uh and they got to do the effort, and they got to do it the right way. They can't cheat this. There's no cheating around it. Half there's no, you know, d- um half doing it. Like it's got to be done correctly, okay? And your guidance can help them, but your guidance can only help them if they choose to allow it. So don't let them take advantage of you. Don't allow this card to make an excuse for the other ones, because that's not okay. There's no excuse for that behavior. They need to see it, they need to own it, they need to transform it. If they can't own it, then they're not going to transform it. It's just going to continue in another cycle. And they need to own it and continue to own it. There should be no owning it and then 3 days later you hear them talk about how it was your fault, this and this and that. That's not owning it. That's um that's owning it temporarily and disguising what they truly feel. Like to own it means that they're going to transform it. They're going to stop it. It's going to be transformed. That's another lesson for them to learn, and they're going to change. And this isn't going to happen again. At least not in that particular area. Silent resentment could happen, but it can happen in different areas too. Like it could be this area, and then you address it. It's fixed. You work on it. You work past it. Next time it happens again, it should be a different situation, not the same one. If you keep coming back to the same situation, then they're not transforming anything. They're not even taking accountability. They're just telling you what you want to hear when it comes to changing or working on it, but they have no sincerity in changing anything. So just be careful with that energy. Control issues are present in the relationship. Okay, so this person is someone who, again, likes to pull strings. They may tell you what you want to hear. They may tell you what makes them happy and makes you happy and gets what they want and makes you submissive to what they want and makes the situation fall into their favor. That's called a control issues. Okay, this person um, likes to play games. They like to do the drama. They like to be in control of all of it. Like they like to admire it from afar and take part in it and participate in it. And the only way that it's going to stop is if they choose to see their own issues. Like a controlling person doesn't get better by you telling them that they're a controlling person. They get better by making the choice to not be a controlling person. And they sit back and acknowledge um, where they are using control to manipulate the situation. All right, so let's take a look. We're going to pull out, we have three charms and we have two dice. Okay, so we have uh, a building and we have a lock key. Okay, so interesting because I had this one on another reading too. All right, so this one is considered like toxic. Like this is like a sign of like it's dead, right? This is the sign of childish behavior. Hello Kitty is a it's cute, it's great, it's loving, it's all everything, but it's childish. Um, it has like a childish energy around it. So like this relationship it can have like a mother child energy or a father child energy. One person is playing the child part, another person might be playing the adult part. There's an energy of like a mothering or a fathering in the relationship versus the person owning up to their behaviors. Okay. It- when you have the Hello Kitty, there could be children involved in this situation as well, and that can make the situation a lot harder to break out of. But I feel like the Hello Kitty, I feel like that energy is more the person not taking accountability and being the child that, I want that, I want that, I want that, and you kind of have to like teach the child, that you can't always have what you want. You got to work towards this, this, and this, and like one of those kinds of things. Like know your place in this relationship. Don't give to the point where this person becomes codependent, basically, in the situation. The sun, this has to do with like taking your power back, shining the light on the situation, coming out of the darkness, facing the things that need to be faced, understanding that, there are new beginnings, there are transformations that take place. The sun's a big part of transformation, it's a big part of rebirth. So I feel like there's a lot of potential in this relationship for both of you. This could be like lessons learned. How it folds out is going to depend on your choices and your decisions. When enough is enough, kind of thing, or it could also be when the person makes a decision if they make the decision to step into their power and to be, if they're wanting to learn, then they need to step into that power and truthfully desire what they said they wanted to do, right? So there are some things that are locked right now, maybe because this person isn't doing the work that they need to do. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep doing the work that you're doing. I would continue to do the work that you are doing. And there are levels. This tower shows levels. There are floors. There's levels that this relationship needs to go through. And you don't want to keep being stuck on the ground floor. So it all depends on the teamwork that's being put into this relationship And the main thing is being aware. If you are able to be aware of the situation, that is where you take your power back. A lot of times we spend many, 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 many years in relationships and don't even see this at all. So if you are aware of this, you are already taking your power back. Um, and what unlocks next depends on the choices that are made by each party. Okay, so thank you so much for checking in and being a part of the reading, and I hope this was beneficial to you. Have a great day. Bye.